Hello everyone. In this video I'm going to show you how I made a button sleeve for the Tilogic ST angle fix multi-unit abutment. So now when we append the multi-unit abutment from the library, it comes with the abutment without the abutment sleeve on it. The problem with the multi-unit abutments is that it has these indentations, which makes the process of making a button sleeve much difficult. So the way that I overcame this problem is by going into the edit mode by pressing on this menu and then edit mode. Then I'm going to look for the area which has no indentations on it. And then I'm going to select all the vertices in this area. So I'm going to click on the top vertex here and then go down to the margin of the abutment. And to get the selection from the top vertex to the bottom vertex, I'm going to first select the first vertex. And then I'm going to press on Control and then click on the last vertex. As you can see here, we have a selection of these vertices between the first and the last one. And then now I'm going to press Shift D to have a duplicate of these vertices. As you can see here, I have this copy and then press right click to leave it as it is. And then I'm going to separate it from the abutment by pressing on P and then separate by selection. Now I'm going back to the object mode by pressing on this menu and then object mode. And now I'm going to hide this abutment by pressing on it and then press H. And now, as you can see here, we have the copy of these vertices. To make a 360 version of this line, I'm going to the modifiers in the properties menu, as you can see here. So I'm going to the properties menu and then press on the modifiers, add modifier, and then select screw. And then I'm going to type in the angle 36 and iterations 10. And then I'm going to press on merge. Now I'm going to apply this modifier by pressing on this arrow and then apply. And when you go into the edit mode, you can see that we have a 360 shape of the line that we have created from the flat surface of the abutment. Then I'm going to close the hole on the top of the abutment sleeve by zooming in. And then double clicking on the left or the right side of these vertices. And then press on F to close. Now let's zoom out and go to return to object mode. And then I'm going to check the face orientation of this abutment sleeve by going here and then click on face orientation. As you can see here, parts of the face orientation are inside, which is colored red, and parts are outside, which is colored blue. To fix this, I'm going to go again to the edit mode. And then I'm going to select all vertices by pressing on A. And then going to the mesh, normals, and then press on recalculate outside. Now the abutment sleeve is in correct face orientation for now. I'm going back to the object mode. Then I'm going to disable the face orientation. And then I'm going to unhide the original abutment. All these straight lines means that the meshes here are intersecting between the abutment sleeve and the original abutment, while here means that there is space from the indentations of the original abutment and the abutment sleeve. We have to make a little space between the abutment sleeve and the original abutment, or what's called in the Blenderfordental an offset. So I'm going to click on the abutment sleeve and then going to the modifiers, add modifier, solidify, and we want to have a 100 micron. So we're going to type here 0.1 and the offset will be 1. And then we are going to check on the only rim and then apply the modifier. While selecting the abutment sleeve, I'm going to the edit mode. And then I'm going to double click on this margin and delete the vertices. Now when I do a cross section of the abutment and the abutment sleeve, You will see here that we have a space between the abutment sleeve and the original abutment, and also at the margin area. Now that we have finished the abutment sleeve part, we have to incorporate the screw so that we can have a screw retained restoration design on this abutment sleeve. As you can see here, here's a screenshot from the catalog of the Dentaurum Dialogic ST. And as you can see here, the dimensions of the screw, and it has a 2.2 diameter, and the length of the screw is 6 millimeters. So I'm going to design screw with the help of these parameters of the screw. Now I'm going to hide the abutment sleeve, and then I'm going to select the original abutment, go into the edit mode, and then I'm going to enable the transparent mode by pressing on Alt and Z. I'm going to select this part of the vertices, which is the space for the screw. So I'm going to double click on these vertices, and then Shift D to have a copy of these vertices. Right click to leave as it is, and then press on P and separate by selection. Now I'm going back to the object mode, and then I'm going to hide the abutment. I'm going to select the circle that we have done, and as we saw from the picture that the length of the screw is 6 millimeters, so I'm going to move these vertices up in the z-axis by 6 millimeters. I'm going to press on G and then Z, a little bit up, and then click. You will have this menu, so we can type in the exact amount that we want to move the circle of vertices. So I'm going to type here 6 millimeters. And now the circle of these vertices has moved 6 millimeters in the z-axis. I will go back to the edit mode. Press A to select all the vertices and F to close the face. The length of the screw head is 2 millimeters, so I'm going to press E, Z, then type in -2. And then the diameter of the screw is 2.2. I'm going back to the object mode. While selecting the cylinder that we have done, I'm going to press on Item, and then change the X and Y axis to 2.3 to have a little bit of offset around the screw. As you can see, the scale has been changed. So now I'm going to the object, apply, and scale to reset it to 1. Now I will unhide all other parts, disable the transparent mode. I'm going to select the abutment sleeve again, and then into the edit mode. I'm going to measure the diameter of this circle by going to the view, measure it, and then click on show. I'm going to select these two vertices, and then click on segment. And then at the item menu, I'm going to select the millimeters. And as you can see here, it's 1.6 millimeters, like in the picture, which is the diameter of the screw, the threaded part of the screw. I'm going to select the face by going here and press on this, select the face, and then pressing on S, Shift Z to scale in X and Y axis without the Z axis until it becomes 1.7. As you can see here, the diameter of this circle has become 1.7. I'm going to extrude into the Z-axis by 0.5 millimeters. I'm going to check the face orientation. Now I'm going to exit the edit mode, select the cylinder of the screw head, edit mode again, select the face, and then I'm going to press on X, and then only faces. Out of the edit mode, select the abutment sleeve, edit mode again. To have the view of the abutment sleeve alone, I can go into an isolation mode by pressing on forward dash. And then I want to measure the part that we have raised by clicking on these two vertices and then segment. It's 0.5. I'm going to delete the uppermost face, X, and then only faces. Back to the object mode again. And then forward dash to get out of the isolation mode. I'm going to move the bottom part of the screw head a little bit up. So I'm going to the edit mode while selecting the cylinder of the screw head. And then pressing here to select the vertices. Double click the vertices and then G, Z in the Z axis, and then click on Control. So we can have the vertices at the same level of the other object. Going back to the object mode, I'm going to join the screw head and the abutment sleeve by selecting on the screw head and then shift click on the abutment sleeve. And then I'm going to join them by Control J, back into the edit mode again. Double clicking at the screw head part and then shift and double click at this part of the abutment sleeve. We're going to join them by clicking on Control E and then bridge edge loops. And as you can see here, now these parts have been joined together. Now I'm going to make a cross section of this abutment sleeve and the abutment. And as you can see here, the part where the screw will go in has been offsetted 100 microns to give space for this for the screw threads. And then we have a ½ millimeter, and then we have the rest of the screw head. If you want to attach the margin of the abutment sleeve directly to the margin of the abutment, all we're going to do is to double click on this part. Okay, then G, Z, and then while moving the cursor at the margin, I'm going to press Control. Now these vertices will snap to the abutment margin of the abutment. Now I'm going to press click to fixate the position of these vertices. The same for this for these vertices. Double click, G, Z, and then Control to snap it to the abutment margin. Then to make the abutment sleeve more clean, I'm going to delete this band of vertices in the middle. I'm going to the transparent mode by Alt and Z, and then press on B to have select box mode. And then I'm going to select all these vertices and then press on X and delete vertices. I'm going to press on these vertices to connect them with the margin of the abutment sleeve. Shift and double click, and then Control E, and then press on Bridge Edge Loops. A bonus tip, if you want to have a smooth transition in this area, I'm going to double selection to have the selection of these vertices, and I'm going to make a cross section. While these vertices has been selected, I'm going to press on Control B to make bevel at these vertices. When you move it, you see that there has been some sort of a gradient. If you moved your scroll wheel, it will make like a subdivision at this area. So you can have a smooth transition from the vertical wall to the horizontal margin of the abutment sleeve. Now I'm going to click to apply this transition. And then for the final part of this abutment sleeve making is to select all the vertices by pressing on A, and then on Mesh, Normals, and then recalculate inside. So we can make our restorations. And as you can see here, this is correct, that the abutment sleeve is in red color and the original abutment is in blue color. And then we are going to proceed with the normal workflow of components and crown and bridge module. So now I go to the components module, going to the abutment menus. I'm going to select the abutment and then shift click on the abutment sleeve. and then press on link abutment assembly, going back to the crown bridge module, and then I'm going to collapse all these menus and then go straight to the implant crown, press on the abutment sleeve, and then select one abutment and make tube. This is the correct shape of the abutment tube. I'm going to accept the tube, and then I'm going to add our tooth. Now I'm going to press on the tooth and then press on generate implant fixture. As you can see here, the crown has been made, but we have to make the screw hole for the tooth. That's we are going to press on the screw hole cutter and then adjust it to 2.31. Enable the transparent mode. I'm going to move the tube to the top part of the screw head of the abutment sleeve that we have done. I'm going to press on the tooth and then select fixture and cut hole. And now we're going to see that we have created a crown with a screw hole channel and on the abutment sleeve of the multi-unit abutment. And that concludes the end of this video. I hope you liked this video and thank you for watching. And you can see my other videos by clicking on the video cards that are available now.